Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there was a little lantern. Now this lantern had a big dream. It wanted to light up the whole world. But when the lantern started its journey, it was just a little flicker of light in the dark corner of a room. One day, the lantern was sitting in the corner of a dark room. Suddenly, it felt a gust of wind blow past, and it started to worry. "Oh my," the lantern said. "I'm too small. I'm too weak. If that's all I have, then I'll never light up the world." As the darkness around it seemed to press in, the lantern began to feel hopeless. It thought about giving up. Then the lantern thought, "No, I must try my best. After all, even the smallest light can chase away the darkest night." With that thought in mind, the lantern started to glow a little brighter. Just then, a gentle breeze blew through the window, and the lantern's flame strengthened. It glowed steadily and warmly. The little lantern realized that even though it was just a tiny flame, it could still make a difference. It kept its flame steady, letting out a soft, warm glow. Then, one day, someone carrying a bucket of water accidentally knocked the lantern over. It tumbled out of the window and landed with a bump on the ground below. The lantern was scared. It looked around and saw that it was in a dark forest, and all the trees around it were shadowy and still. But then, the lantern remembered what it had learned. "I may be small," it thought, "but I can still light up the darkness." And so the little lantern stood tall and put out a brave, steady glow. As the night wore on, more and more animals found the lantern's light. They had been wandering around in the dark, scared and unsure where to go. But now they could see the little lantern glowing bravely in the distance. So they followed its light and came closer and closer until they reached it and could feel its warmth. The animals smiled and thanked the lantern for showing them the way. From then on, the little lantern became a friend to all the lost and lonely creatures of the night. Every time it saw an animal who was scared or alone, it would put out its brightest glow and show the way. The lantern's light didn't make the darkness go away. In fact, sometimes the darkness tried to blow the lantern out or cover it in shadows. But the little lantern kept going. It knew that even the smallest flame can drive away the darkest night. And so, the little lantern continued to shine its light for all the creatures of the forest. It was a long time before the sun came up, but by then, the little lantern had become much more than just a simple flame. It had become a symbol of hope and courage for every little creature that crossed its path. Now the thing is, the world needs lanterns. Not just any lanterns, but brave, steady ones. We need people like the little lantern who aren't afraid of the darkness, and who believe that even the smallest light can make a difference. Because here's the truth. Your positive thoughts are like the little lantern's light. They have the power to brighten the world around you. So don't ever be afraid to share your light with the world. You never know who you might help. So remember, little friend, your positive thoughts can light up the darkest paths. All you have to do is believe in your glow. And if you like this story, we handpicked another story for you to keep watching.